Okay, today we will have a revision on the notes and exercises from chapter 20 of your civics. Okay, state government. All right, so we will just begin with the keywords. The first one is prorogue. Prorogue means bring a session to an end without dissolution. All right, promulgate, make public, announce officially, a decree or a new law. Okay, ordinance means order given by authority in the absence of a session. Portfolio, position and duties of a minister. Agenda, a list of items to be discussed at a formal meeting. That's what we call as agenda. Okay, before we go into the question and answer, I just want to make sure that you are familiar with this structure of a state government. Okay, so first of all, let us see the structure in a chart. Most probably, can you see this chart? State government is classified into legislature, executive and judiciary. All right, and legislature, they have again divided into legislative council, which is also known as Vidhan Parishad, and legislative assembly. Okay, Vidhan Sabha. Okay, but I think most of the states, they don't have this legislative council. Only some of the particular states, the states like Andhra Pradesh, uh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, and even this UP, Uttar Pradesh, they have this legislative council. Okay, so they have a bicameral. Bicameral means a state government which have two legislature. Bi means two, is it not? In Manipur, we have only legislative assembly. Okay, it's known as Manipur Legislative Assembly. Legislative assembly is headed by a speaker. Okay, deputy speaker, and there will be ruling party as well as opposition party, and this opposition party is headed. Okay, he is the ex opposition leader, who is supposed to be the ex officio, or which we call as the leader of this opposition. Okay, as far as executive is concerned, governor is supposed to be the head of that executive. Okay, under him chief minister, council of ministers, and we have different departments. Okay, PWD, this home department, this department, that departments. And judiciary, we have a high court in the state level, whereas in the central government they have a supreme court. Is it not so? And then under this high court, district courts, every district they have a court, and also other subordinate courts. There are so many other subordinate courts. So this is the structure. This is how a state government is formed, or a state government is run. Okay, and this is important. Some of the important officials of Manipur state as per 2021. Okay, governor, this Dr. Najma Haptullah, I think recently she has transfer. Okay, so in her place there is one in charge who is also the governor of Sikkim, whose name is Ganga Prasad. Don't forget. No, now we don't have this Dr. Najma Haptullah. Okay, in Manipur. Previously she was, okay, uh, till July 2021, she is the governor of Manipur. Chief Minister Sri N. Biren Singh, Deputy Chief Minister Joy Kumar Singh, Y. Joy Kumar Singh, Speaker Y. Khemchan Singh, Deputy Speaker K. Robindro, Opposition Leader O. Ibobi Singh, Okram Ibobi Singh. I'm sure this has been replaced, this Ibobi. And Chief Justice P.V. Sanjay Kumar, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar. Okay, so these are some of the officials as per 2021. But I'm sure it will change. Okay, the current officials of Manipur will change from time to time. So you have to refer to your GK as well as the latest information about these officials of Manipur state. Alright, so let's go straight away to question and answers. State the role of speaker. Speaker, which I have mentioned here, he is the head in the legislative assembly or Vidhan Sabha. Let us see the roles of speaker in a state legislative assembly. Let us say the speaker must be impartial and independent. Okay, he regulates debates and proceedings of the house. So these are the two very important roles of a speaker in a state legislative assembly. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 2. What are the qualifications required in order to be a member of the state legislature? If you want to be a member of the state legislature, or if you want to be an MLA, a member of the state legislature must be a citizen of India. Okay, a person from Nigeria or a person from South Africa could not be a member of this legislative assembly. Okay, he or she must not be less than 25 years of age. That means a school student like you could not be a member until and unless you reach 25 years of age. In case of state assembly, and not less than 30 years in case of legislative council. You remember what a legislative council is? Vidhan, what do you call that? Vidhan Parishad. No? Okay. Next, write a short note on the sessions of this legislative assembly. The sessions of the legislative assembly are summoned, okay, arranged by the governor of the state. There should be at least 2 sessions in a year after a gap of 6 months. Okay. Thirdly, the legislative assembly chooses one of its members as the speaker and another as deputy speaker. In the absence of speaker, this deputy speaker, he will conduct the assembly. Okay. The leader of the opposition party is accorded the same status and facilities of a cabinet minister. So this opposition leader or the leader of the opposition party is also he has a status, and he also have the facilities like cars, army and all, I mean security and all of a cabinet minister. Okay, the speaker plays a vital role during the sessions of the legislative assembly. Okay, he is the chairman, or we can say he is the chairperson, the speaker, during the session of the legislative assembly. What power does the state legislative assembly have? The state legislative assembly has many powers: legislative, financial, control over the executive, even election of the president, and privileges of the members. Okay. Secondly, in the assembly, decision making is done by the majority vote of the MLAs. So any decision, either it may be a financial decision, or either it may be a new law that is supposed to be decision that are supposed to be taken up in the assembly, majority, always majority, right? Its main function is making of laws. Okay, law is made by this legislative assembly. Legislation means making of laws in the state list and passing of annual budget of the state. All right, I'm sure you have understood these are the power of the state legislative assembly. Okay, let's go to the next one. How is the governor of a state appointed? The president appoints the governor of a state. Who appoints the president? Who appoints the governor? The president of India. Okay. Normally, the governor does not belong to the state to which he has been appointed. That means Most of the time, a governor of Manipur would not be a member or the so to say citizen of Manipur. All right, he will not belong to Manipur state. A governor hold office for a period of how many years? 5 years. A person can be governor for 2 or more states and also for more than once. All right. The governor holds the office during the pleasure of the president, and so he is responsible to the later. Okay. So he is responsible to the later, to the president. Next, let's go to the next one. Explain how the governor has executive power. The governor appoints the chief minister and other ministers on the advice of the chief minister. Okay. He has the power to appoint advocate general, chairman and members of the state public service commission. All these are appointed by the governor. He has the power to nominate one Anglo-Indian community to the assembly of the state. Okay. He has the power. If it is needed, then he can appoint one Anglo-Indian community also to the state assembly. All right. So homework. Let's take up this homework. I think I have done it for you. State the circumstances under which a state can be brought under president rule. You might have heard some of the states, uh, they have a president rule. President rule is imposed, is it not? So in case of breakdown of the constitutional machinery, what happened? A state can be brought under presidential rule or presidential rule. Don't forget it. Okay. So for today, we'll just learn and revise up to here. I wish you should continuously revise all these. All these questions will be important. Okay, for your coming test as well as for other exams. Thank you so much. Have a good day.